What's going on, y'all? It's TCG here, back again with another episode of Tournament Toppers. That's right, we got 2 in 1 week this time. This list comes from my friend Draco. Draco's been a part of the Discord for quite a while now, and has a tournament topping king list. Pretty sure he said this came from his locals? No, not his locals, a bigger tournament. 8-round tournament. Said they went 7 in 1 with this list. So, if you're wanting to play king like everybody else right now, because this deck has been topping lately, here's a list for you. I do want to say before we get into that, I wanted to shout out Dueling Guard. If you haven't heard of Dueling Guard, they're the best TCG accessory company on the market. They make anime-inspired TCG accessories for all your needs: binders, deck boxes, and playmats. They are amazing quality and have insanely high-quality designs and artwork that will wow all of your friends. If you haven't checked them out before, make sure to go check them out in the link in the description below, along with code GumGumTCG you can use for a discount at checkout. What? You haven't heard of Dueling Guard? Dueling Guard is the best TCG accessory company on the market. They have high quality deck boxes, binders, and playmats made for people who enjoy playing and collecting trading card games in style. They have tons of designs based off of fan favorite animes such as One Piece, Bleach, Full Metal Alchemist, and many more. They hit the ground running earlier this year, making high quality TCG accessories with beautiful designs that have sold out many times. So if you haven't picked up any of their products, make sure to do so before they sell out again. I have a few deck boxes and playmats from them already and can attest to how they don't cut any corners when it comes to quality, performance, and design. I highly recommend their products and use them every time I play cards. Be sure to check the description below for a link to their site and use code GumGumTCG for a discount at checkout. Alright, y'all, another thing before we jump into this list, I want to say thank you all so much for subscribing and watching my videos. I do want to say we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm trying to hit that goal before the end of the year. If we do, I'll be doing a random giveaway to one lucky subscriber, so make sure you're subscribed so you can win a giveaway by the end of the year. And help me reach my goal. I really appreciate it. And let's dive right into this deck list. So like I said, this is Draco's king list. They went 7 in 1. Not sure. I don't know if he said what place he got. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'll take a look. Okay, this is a first place king list. Went 7 in 1, and the matchups were 3 Whitebeard. One of them was his loss. 2 Rebecca's, 2 Film Dofis, and a Queen. So, quite a good range of decks there, you know. Quite a bit of Whitebeard, Rebecca's, Film Dofi, Queen, all really strong decks. I had all those ranked pretty high in my tier list video. If you haven't checked that out, go check that out. I'll leave a link to that right above. But yeah, this deck's performing, man. I really don't know what else to say. I'm honestly shocked at it. People were shitting on this leader for so long, and look at him now, the underdog. I've always said that I think the Kaido leader's just better. You know, in a simplified game state, you can rip that last life and just get that final life hit. But people are starting to learn that they like King more, just because that 10 Dawn effect comes up sometimes and can be really devastating when paired with the right cards and done right. But like I said, I think this list can be done with the Kaido leader if that is your preference. But if you don't know what King does, it says your turn. If you have 10 Dawn cards on your field, all your opponent's characters have minus 1,000 power. So it can turn all your opponent's characters into weenies. And I think that's really strong, actually, when you pair it with some of these cards in here. So first off, you've got 2 copies of the 10-drop Kaido, board wipe Kaido. You know what he does. Know and love him. Crazy card from OP04. Then, this is a new card for me. Honestly, I knew this card existed, but I've never seen it in a deck list. It's the 5-drop 6k 1000 counter Kyoshiro. On play, if you have 8 or more Dawn cards on your field, you draw a card. So, just a nice, beefy body that draws you a card. And with this deck, your goal is to ramp pretty fast, and you'll be at that 8 Dawn most of the time, unless you drop your big bombs, and then you might be at a little less than that, but you should be able to pull this off quite a bit. Next, he is running 2 copies of the X Drake 2k counter. Rips a card out the hand if you play it and go Dawn -1. Just a crazy card. Always been crazy in my opinion, and it's a good 2k counter. Next, we got The 4-drop Khalifa, this is just another solid queen effect. If it attacks, Dawn -1, draw 2 and discard 1 from your hand. So if you do have to put this on the field, it's a really good effect, but it is also a 2k counter. Next, they are playing the Miss All Sunday new card from OP04. 5-drop 5k. On play, adds Arrested Dawn. If you have 6 or more Dawn, you draw a card. Really strong. Has a trigger to go Dawn -2 to play this card. So, insanely strong card. Next, this has been popping up in tons of purple lists lately, especially in OP05. The 4-cost ulti from the ST04. Just a strong 2k counter. People were playing it for the 2k for the longest, but people are now starting to realize how strong it is to play 2 bodies for the price of 1, and that's what ulti can do. On play, Dawn -1, play a page 1 card with cost of 4 or less from your hand. So they are on the 4-cost page 1. Getting to play 2 bodies for essentially 4 Dawn going -1, that's really strong in my opinion. They're both nice sized bodies too. So next is the 3 copies of the 9-cost Kaido. This is an absolute blowout. This card wins games constantly. Just being able to pop a 6k or less and then get rush with 10k is absolutely crazy. And this body almost never leaves the field. So insanely powerful. Next, 4 copies of the 6-drop King. You know, just got to have some solid removal in there somewhere. And that's going to be this card. Then 4 copies of the 5-drop Queen. Gotta play it. Get your blocker in there with your draw 2 trash 1. Really strong card. Then we're on 4 copies of the 2-cost Black Maria blocker. I've liked this card for the longest. I think it's just a solid chump blocker for purple, and a lot of people don't play it, but I think it's a solid option, you know, especially against these aggressive red decks that it provides for that extra defense you might need one turn to help you win the game. Then, like I mentioned earlier, we are on the 3 copies of the 4-cost page 1 to play off of your ulti. Also has 1,000 counter, but it is a vanilla, so yeah, most of the time you're just going to be using this for counter or to play off the page 1 if you have it. And it's insanely strong. Like I said, you get to drop a 5k body and a 6k body for the price of 4 Dawn. Really strong. Then they're on 2 copies of Hell's Judgment, one of the best purple counter events in my opinion. This card's just absolutely crazy. Basically stops 2 attack with just 2 Dawn. Yeah, and then it can also make your opponent go -Dawn if you trigger it. So, very strong. And then, because we are playing quite a few cards that have no counter, we do want to play the Gum Gum Jet Gatling. So they're on 3 copies of that. Just a really strong counter card that turns your dead no counter cards into counter cards. If you don't have your playset of this, I'd say pick this up if you're wanting to play purple into the OP05 meta, because I think this card's phenomenal, and especially in decks where you play a lot of cards like these that have no counter and you need that extra defense. Then we are on 2 copies of Blast Breath, just one of those other insanely strong purple events. 1 cost gives you 4k. I mean, come on, man. What else is there to say? And then we are on 4 copies of Island. Gotta play this card when you're playing the Purple Animal Kingdom Pirates decks. Just absolutely broken. Just helps you ramp so fast. This card's stupid. And makes this deck a threat. Honestly, without this card, this deck would not be able to do what it does. At least not so well. So that's the list. We already talked about the matchups. And if you watched last week's, or I'm sorry, the other day's tournament topper video, you will know that we are now doing gameplay. So we are going to jump into a game with this. I don't have the local standings for this to show you that Draco did win with this list, but I do trust Draco and believe that this is his first place list. And yeah, it looks like a really solid list to me. I'm not a super big purple player, but I am ready to jump into a game with this and see if we can't take it down with King. All right, y'all, here we are. We're going to try and just jump into someone's lobby, and let's see if we can't jump into Monkey D's lobby. All right, we're playing against Zoro, and I feel like this might be a tougher matchup just because of how fast-paced Zoro is, but this hand's not looking awful. We do have our island, which we want to see. We have ulti. If we can find page 1, that'll be really good. I think we are just going to stick with this and keep it. We are also looking for Miss All Sunday. That's another card we're going to try and find. But, First, our opponent's going to start off with a Buggy and find a guard point. Buggy, stupid, strong card. Hate this little fucker. He is so strong, and there's our page 1 right on time, actually. So that's pretty good for us. We are on that shitty curve, though. We don't really like that even curve with this deck. We would want to play our island if possible, but sometimes you can't have it all. Always getting queued up with red decks on the sim, I swear. I cannot catch a break. We are going to counter this. Got to counter early against Zoro most of the time. The next turn, we are going to drop that island. I would like to drop the ulti if we could, but like I said, we kind of want to get that island on board so we can start ramping. There's another Zoro. We're just going to take this hit. We don't want to go too far down in card advantage. But we do want to try and put him down on some card advantage. So, yeah, let's go ahead and try and take care of that Zoro. Probably just going to give me a 2K, to be honest. Yep, that's fine. Oh, so they are on a Whitebeard Pirates build. Going to play our island and ramp and pass. And this is where this matchup can get tricky. You know, like I said, we're playing against a very fast-paced deck. He's going to have at least 3 hits coming at me this turn. And I've only got 6 cards in hand. Already at 4 life. Yeah, I feel like this might be a rough one for us. Our last game we played with the Nami list against Whitebeard was a little rough. We almost had it. We were super close, but just couldn't see the right cards. Couldn't play the cards right. We saw our Zeph way too late. But I feel like we've got some solid pieces to work with for this matchup. See what he does. Like I said, I'm anticipating multiple swings coming. A 6K, maybe a 7K, maybe a 5K. Putting Gordon on the field just to have it there in case we play something next turn. Yep, here comes the 5K with Buggy. And are going to counter that. I don't like dropping that blocker out the hand, but sometimes you got to do things you don't like, right? And 7, like I said, this is kind of what I was afraid of. There's the queen we like to see. And here comes another 7, and unfortunately, I mean, we either have to take this or get rid of 2 cards out of our hand, and I think we're going to have to drop 2 cards. I think we're going to drop Khalifa and I don't want to get rid of Queen, but I think we're actually going to get rid of page 1. Like, I'd like to put the page 1 ulti on field, but I don't think we're going to be able to. That's really nice for us. Let's go ahead and start off with Queen. See if we can't get something else. And we'll just get rid of X-Drake. We got multiple 2Ks. Do have our blocker now. We can get our Dawn back. So we're at, what, 7 here. Unfortunate. I'd like to be able to drop this next turn, but maybe if we get a good trigger out of life, we can. I think our Queen is not long for this world because of the Gordon. Trigger? No trigger? Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I think Zoro might just be too fast of a deck for us. Maybe I'm wrong about that. If you're a Queen or a King player out there and you know how to beat Zoro, give me the sauce, because I always have trouble with this deck. It's just so fast against all the decks that I play. And yeah, here comes the KO of something. Not sure. Probably a Marco, I'd assume. Marco? Hello? Doesn't seem like there's a Marco. No Marco. But, Fat Buggy. We're just gonna block it. Like our queen's already down. Wow, nice draw. I guess it turns our Gatling on. We're just not able to stick any good bodies right now. He just removed the one that we were able to play, and well, there's another queen. That's not bad for us, honestly. That's actually pretty good. Go ahead and use that. And we'll get rid of Island. We'll ramp, so we will be at 10 next turn, which is nice. I wish we saw page 1 off of that, so we could have gone page 1 ulti, or ulti page 1, sorry. But, I don't know. He's coming at us with a lot of hits next turn. He's got that guard point, too. I'm going to try and take care of this buggy. Because I know he's not going to save that. Wow. Really? Two 2Ks? Two? Really? For buggy? Oh. Well, that's a wasted guard point. I'm pretty happy about that. I'll pass back to him. I am scared of another Zoro or a Luffy here. Something like that. But I don't know. See what he does. I think that was bait for me to try and block with Queen. New gate. Alright, so all his characters have minus 1,000 right now. Let's go ahead and I want to play this 10-drop Kaido and get rid of the new gate on the field. That's really annoying for us. So let's go ahead and go in at this Zoro, see if he saves it or not. Thinking. Yep. Oh, please. Do it again. Give me another 2K, please. Maybe? They're thinking. I don't know why they're thinking so hard. Really just trying to get those cards out of his hand. Ramp and pass. Like I said, we're still pretty scared of rush cards here, and Zoro likes a lot of those, so just Ezo. See if we can't find something. I don't know. Hopefully this Kaido can just kind of take us to victory. We'll see. No cards. Okay. said, I might not be the best pilot to show off this purple list, but I'm going to try my best, and I feel like now we're in a real simplified game state. We might have a chance. Flamenco. Interesting. Oh, just gonna go wide at us. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I'd really like to be able to play King and Black Maria, but I don't believe that's going to be an option. It's not. We could just put Kyoshiro on the field, even though we don't have... Well, I guess if we ramp, we will be at 8. 5. $12. Thinking on a trigger here, I think. We get to go Kyoshiro, draw a card. Then we'll go Black Maria and pass. And we'll see if we can't live through this turn, you know? Like, if he's got something to blow up this Black Maria, we might just be screwed. Don. Down. Take this card. This guy is so goofy looking. I don't even know what's going on with his artwork. If someone knows what's going on, please tell me. Come on, Zoro. You can't be thinking about a Dodon search that hard. No way. Exactly. There was no cards to draw. I don't know why you're stalling. Monkey D's nuts over here. Come on, man. Gotta play that Jeopardy theme. I think we might be done for here if he does his plays right. This guy's thinking so hard. Might blow up that Kyoshiro. That's going to be unfortunate. Well, I don't know how. Oh, that's how. Fire Fist. My favorite card. Okay. Well, that's the game. Thank you, Fire Fist. Insanely strong card that's not leader locked for some reason. Well, like I said, I felt like that was a hard matchup anyway. Zoro's such a fast and powerful deck that I feel like it's hard for slower paced decks to beat it most of the time. Maybe I didn't play my cards right. Maybe I should have done something different there. However, I hope that gives you a good representation of what this deck does. You know, we were able to get to that 10 Dawn, and that was pretty cool to see the leader effect go off. And then using Kaido, and then next turn being at 8 to play Koshiro and draw an extra card is actually really strong, and I like that a lot. So, yeah, if you're thinking about playing King, you might throw in Kyoshiro. It's a really cool tech and can really help you get some extra oomph on your next turn after playing your 10 drop. So I'm sorry if I disappointed you purple players out there, and if maybe I had a way to win and I just didn't see it, but I hope this was a good representation of the King deck. If you have a tournament topping deck list you want to share and have featured on a Tournament Toppers episode, definitely hop into my Discord. Like I said, we're trying to get to 100 members, and we'll be holding a free box tournament. Also, if you're not subscribed, definitely make sure to subscribe. We're on the way to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm hoping to get there by the end of the year and be able to do a free giveaway for one of my lucky subscribers. I want to shout out Dueling Guard one last time. If you haven't heard of them, make sure to go check out that link in the description with code GumGumTCG. And I want to thank all of y'all for watching. Thank you so much, and I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll see y'all on the next episode of Tournament Toppers. Peace.